behavior. There was some kind of injustice done to him. You know what I mean? Somebody that was robbed of their innocence. Did Catholic school make Diddy a monster? What's up, my beautiful soul family? How's everybody feeling today? So P. Diddy's trial has begun, and he has all kind of essay and allegations against him, ex trafficking, you know what I mean, you name it. Men, women, children, everybody is coming forward to say that Diddy, you know what I mean, violated them. But what a lot of people aren't really talking about is that P. Diddy went to a all-boys Catholic school named Mount St. Michael Academy, you know what I mean, when he was a teenager in the 1980s. Diddy graduated in 1987, and the funny part is that same school, less than a year later in 1988, came up against 3 different ex-abuse accusations. You know what I mean? Where I think it was a reverend and some other staff member, you know what I mean, was accused of violating 3 boys at the school. The reverend was, I think, acquitted, but I think the other staff member did some time in prison. I forget what he was. He might have been like a chaplain or something like that. Anyways, it's funny how less than a year after Diddy graduates from that school, these abuse allegations come out. And then now Diddy is under fire for so many different abuse allegations and essaying allegations. One would make you wonder, was Diddy victimized in that when he went to that school? When he was an altar boy, was he victimized? Is this where he learned this essaying behavior? What I want to do in this video is I want to do a reading to see if Diddy was violated during his time at Mount St. Michael Academy. You know what I mean? Now, y'all know, of course, before I start this reading, I need to put out my disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video is just my interpretation of the cards. Nothing I state in this video have been proven to be fact as of now. So now that we got that disclaimer out the way, I'm going to shuffle these cards and we're going to look into Diddy's past to see if this is where he learned this behavior. Alright, so let's pull the cards and let's see if we get the answers that we seek. There was an injustice. You see how you got the justice card reversed? Something was unfair. Something unfair happens. There was some kind of injustice done to him. You know what I mean? Allegedly. Then you got the Star card. Then you got the King of Pentacles. The Chariot reversed. The Emperor reversed. Okay, so some kind of during the gut feeling, somebody that was very manipulative, not trustworthy, somebody that's an essayer. Let me see here. There's a lot of reverse cards coming up in this reading. Let's see here. I mean, I feel like there was a male authority figure that abused his power. I feel like there was somebody that felt weak, you know what I mean, and ineffective. And there was somebody that felt more in control and in power. You know what I mean? I feel like there was some kind of agenda, some kind of secrets being revealed. You know what I mean? Some kind of hidden truth that's going to come to light. Somebody that he lacked finances, you know what I mean? And, he lacked resources at the time. You know what I mean? Manipulating the situation, being manipulative, being very dangerous and untrustworthy. You have a dude that felt isolated and withdrawn because he was, but then you got the mayor, the essayer, the one who is a toucher of kids, you know what I mean, somebody that was robbed of their innocence. Okay. I'm feeling like, okay, alright, somebody that talked them into it. Diddy might have been victimized here. Let me see here. First of all, Diddy was overpowered by somebody. I feel like there was a man who abused his authority. He had the gift of gab. I'm seeing grooming. This is what I'm seeing in the cards. I'm seeing there was some grooming. There was somebody that was robbed of their innocence. I'm feeling like, to an extent, Diddy's mom might have knew about it or allowed it. And I feel like this caused this caused a lot of issues in Diddy. This is what I'm feeling like, allegedly. I'm seeing that, I feel like the mom allowed a lot of it. Mom was in cooperation with it. The mom benefited some kind of way. Like, I feel like the dude paid Diddy's mom. You know what I mean? I do feel like something happened to Diddy, but I feel like Diddy's mom was paid well, you know what I mean, for it to happen, and she was complicit with it. This is what I'm feeling like, allegedly. He, on the other hand, felt real powerless. They needed the money, and this kind of messed him up a lot mentally. This screwed him up a lot mentally. This is what I'm seeing, allegedly. You know what I mean? He wanted to run away. It's hurt, like, he felt very bad inside. This kind of like caused some mental disorders in him. This is what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I don't know if it's linking to the school, because I'm feeling like his mom was in on it some kind of a way. You got the temperance reversed, which I'm feeling like there was some kind of, maybe Diddy was also drugged or under the influence of a substance a lot of times when this would happen. I'm feeling like this was an ongoing thing, that Diddy was being messed with, allegedly. I don't know why his mom is coming across so hard in the reading. I'm not clear about what role his mom played in it, but I feel like she was complicit, or at least knew about it. He felt like there was no choice in the matter. Let me see here. The death card. Transition, transform. I feel like this is kind of what transitioned him into a monster. He didn't have no other choice, you know what I mean? But he was going through so much emotional turmoil. I kind of feel like, okay, you got the Lovers card. Emotional turmoil because of the Lovers. He was forced to sleep with people. I feel like this was men and women he was forced to sleep with. You know what I mean? I believe an injury resulted on him, on Diddy. Diddy was injured because he was violently ravished, let's just say. This happened, he was violently ravished, and this stunted a lot of his development. There was multiple people that did this to Diddy. It wasn't just one person. This is what I'm feeling like, allegedly. I'm feeling like there was something that happened with Janice Combs. Did Janice Combs pimp Diddy out? This is what I'm feeling like. Like, I'm dead up. I'm feeling like she pimped him out. She received money, you know what I mean, for people to be able to sleep with Diddy. This is what I'm feeling like. Yup, because he chasing money. You know what I mean? Being ruthless about the chasing of the money. Any way to get the money that they're willing to do it. This is where he developed a lot of his anger problems and stuff, too. There was somebody that was overbearing for. He was forced to do this. Diddy was once the trick. You know how a lot of people have said that he forced them to engage in like those sex acts. You know what I mean, against their will. I feel like this was done to him. This is what I'm feeling like, and I feel like it was his mother was the one pimping him out. So I feel like it was known. Now, I don't know if it's linked to the school or not. I don't know if I feel like it's linked to the school. Mount St. Michael Academy, which is where I originally asked about. But I am feeling like his mother gave him to both men and women. Like, I'm feeling like this is what happened, allegedly. And I feel like this is some of the anger he has towards his mother. He felt ashamed on a lot of this. He felt a lot of guilt. This was happening when he was young. I feel like this is a part of the story that hasn't been told. You know what I mean? So he learned to basically use his body to make money. Ooh, this is not the way I expected the reading to go. Let me see here. Yeah, chasing the money. Did it for a very selfish, self-serving reason. I feel like his mom, he had very low self-esteem because of this. He felt like he had to constantly be on guard and defend himself. You know what I mean? He wasn't able to process and balance all the shame and stuff he felt having being made to do all of this. This is something that's never been told to the public. This is a secret that hasn't been put out. It was just something that was kept on the hush. You know what I mean? But his mother reaped the benefits of this. Okay, this is crazy. stagnation just stunted a lot of his emotional growth. But his mom didn't make money off it. This was one of her ways of making money. He felt betrayed by his mother. He felt like his mother stabbed him in the back. His mother victimized him. This is what he felt like in order to make money. She made him, do all of this. This was her way of keeping the family from poverty. Ooh, I did not think that this was going to be revealed. Allegedly. This is all alleged. I can't believe what I'm interpreting here. But I feel like this is what Spirit is telling me. You know what I mean? Like, he had to form these relationships. He had to engage in these behaviors. You know what I mean? Let me see here. So it was relationships. No. In order to be successful, what is this trying to say? Let me see here. This presented a lot of challenges for him. He needed to escape. Let me see what is going on. His mom was apathetic to a lot of this. His mom knew that this was happening, but she was about the money. She was very materialistic. You know what I mean? She said, she was basically like, hey, you better get this money. You know what I mean? Yeah. She was about getting that money. That's what his mom was about. He came from a very unstable, unhappy home life. This is where he learned a lot of this behavior. His mom was very cold-hearted. This is why he has issues with his mom. This is why he's kind of angry with her. He dealt with severe abuse himself from his mother, and from his childhood. This was how he was raised. There was a lot of sexual deviance in his childhood, and, nobody ever cared. There was no apathy. There was no sympathy. It was a lot of it was apathetic, and he was blindsided about a lot of this, and it was just like he was just supposed to deal with it. This is what I'm feeling like. You know what I mean? So this is why he grew up to do the things he did. You know what I mean? He feared his mom at a time. He wasn't happy with doing this stuff, but this is how he was raised. Oh my God. So basically, the stuff he did to Usher and Justin Bieber, especially Justin Bieber, allegedly, is what I feel like the Spirit is a legend happened to him in his childhood by his mother. This is what I'm seeing allegedly. So to answer the original question, was he touched at school? I don't know. Spirit didn't touch on that. You know what I mean? I wasn't given that answer, but I do feel like he was pimped out by his mom. This is what Spirit is a legend. But I want to remind everybody, it's just my interpretation of the cards. Leave a comment down below telling me what you guys think. Do you guys think that there's any truth to this? That Janice Combs pimped her son out? That this had to happen to P. Diddy in his childhood? And he grew up, repeating this cycle? Thank you, my beautiful soul family, for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next reading. Love you, my babies. Have a good day.